Righty, my friends. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Okay. Alright. So, let's get our coal going. And we will have our steel ready to go. I'll need to plug it into those lines. So. Split into 3. It is 120 per minute, right? So I need 120 per minute. So what I actually need is each Mark II of these. You know what? I only need to use a Mark I miner here. Or I could use 2, because these are doing 240 a minute, right? I believe these do 240 a minute, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, these are normal veins, that's right. They're not pure. That's why I was hoping for a pure vein. Okay, so 120 minute is exactly what we need for one of these guys. So we can do a Mark II belt here. Okay. Okay. I don't have enough reinforced iron plates, which is fine. I can just use a Mark III belt if needed. Okay, and basically I just need this to go right into here. And that'll be 120 coal a minute. Split into 3. It'll be 3 belts of 40 a minute. Which is what we need. Okay. And then the next guy is going to be over there. What's the next closest coal? Coal vein over here. Where am I coal at? You just always use Mark III belts no matter what. Reinforced iron plates are too slow to make. True. True. I have a lot of both right at the moment, so I don't mind to use that, but what do I have more on me at the moment is the question. I actually have more of these belts, so sure, let's do the Mark III here. We'll do a mix and match here. Okay, and we're going to cross over here. These ones need to go over to the other side. We can go kind of over here. Let's see where I want to go here. Ah, nice. I can fit that over here. Unless you're using Mark I, those are cheap if you know your inputs don't need to go fast ever. Right, yeah, exactly. That is why I did the Mark Is going into... I'm doing the Mark Is going into the smelters, because the smelters, or the foundries, only need 40 a minute, so that's why these are Mark Is. Okay. So it's you're probably right, probably good to use Mark IIIs and Mark Is and not really use the Mark IIs. Unless there's a very specific reason you want to use that many. Okay, and then so this is the leftover. So I just use this extra. So I actually have way more coal than I need. So I probably underclocked the third one just down to 40 to save power. That crosses through there. I don't like that. I don't like it. No, sir, I don't like it. Hot bar is cleaner with just one type of belt, though. Hot bar is cleaner. Okay, that. Just the bars are going through. You know what? That's fine. Good enough. Good enough. That's what I like to do. That's the kind of work I like to do. But just barely good enough. If you're doing more than the bare minimum, you're doing too much work. Don't cross the streams, belts. Don't do it. I did it. Ghostbusters can bite me. Bite my shiny metal ass. Oh, wait, I'm not a robot. Or am I? Alright, so we're gonna underclock this to 40 a minute on a tier 3 belt. How's that for lining up? Actually, I guess I could do a minor Mark 1. So here's a question. Is underclocking a minor Mark 2 less power than underclocking a minor Mark 1? Let's test it. I'm actually curious. If I do you to only 40 parts a minute. Let's see. Are Rand and Randbot the same? It's still saying 5 megawatts. Well, it's not plugged in. Let me see here. Let me move this power pole. First thing. Where was this connected to? Over here. You never see Rand and Randbot at the same time. They're never in the same chat. 2.6 megawatts. 2.6. And minor Mark 2. Underclocked to 40 a minute. It was 2.6. 2 megawatts. Wow. Okay. Well, it's actually just below, but... A minor Mark II underclocked uses less power than a minor Mark I underclocked. That is interesting to know. That means it's basically always better to use Mark... damn, I actually just ran out of those. Okay, we'll do Mark II belts here. It's basically always better to use Mark II minors. That's cool. Now we know, and knowing is half the battle. Go, Joe. Alright, well, I'm actually going to need more... You know, I can make the steel belts. Since I'm making a bunch of steel here, I can just make the belts I need to plug these in. Alright, so that should be 414 steel a minute. Which are going to be split onto 2 belts. Basically, this is... How much are we doing? 60 times 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 60 times 7. So if we're doing 420 steel a minute. 420, baby. Alright, so I'm going to have to figure out the distribution when I get it back to the base. But we're bringing it back on 2 belts. Because I don't have Mark 3 belts, basically. Or Mark 4 belts. So, how am I going to combine these? 3 of these guys would be 180. I guess we do one at 180 and the other at whatever the other 4 would be. If you like it, then you better put some bits in it. If you like it, hey, 420 bits from Nietzsche.
Giggity.
Giggity, giggity. Giggity, giggity, goo. Beautiful. Thank you for the bits, Nietzsche. Appreciate that. I should get Mark 4 belts. I should. I think I need modular frames to unlock those, which is what we're trying to... Like, the last 2 streams have been all about getting this one item automated. Once I get this one item automated, it's going to unlock, I think, a bunch of stuff that I've been talking about. I need this, and I need this. It's kind of how these games work anyway, but... Okay, so let's do... that in the middle. That's in the middle, okay. This is doing 60 a minute, so Mark 1 belt. Mark 1 belt. Mark 1 belt. Now I need some Mark 3 belts. Let me grab the steel out of here. quickly make this guy so I can make a bunch of steel beams. Mark IV belts and Mark III miners, and yeah, you need heavy modular frames first, yeah. So we're working towards that. We are working towards that. Hopefully by the end of the stream we'll actually have access to those things. I think we will. Okay. So the bottom belt is going to be the one that's less. This is going to be, the bottom belt's going to be 180 a minute. Why is this not going? I fed the coal into here, did I not? Did I not actually plug it in up there? Just need all the, I need the steel beams right now. Heavy modular frames is a beast to automate. It's got such a long chain. Do I have one manufacturer up and running yet? You had enough for one yesterday, didn't I? No. Because the steel that I'm making is the steel that's going to supply the industrial beams and the steel pipes that are needed for them. I have 2 of them, and both of them have the 2 materials that I was making so far, which was whatever those 2 things I got done yesterday were. The regular modular frames and the screws, which took basically all day to get online. What's happening over here? Did I not power the... You know what? I bet I didn't power the coal. The actual miner is probably what I missed up. Powering the miner is kind of important. Alright, and this should be 120 a minute, right? Yep. I'm kind of doing this all at once. And that power line goes to the pole. I don't... Or the power line goes through the belt. I don't care. Don't care. All those guys are going. None of these guys are going because apparently I forgot to plug in the power, plug in the coal. Right, so that should be good. And then 4 guys is going to be not as good as 5 guys. Get it? Okay. Is that in the middle? That's in the middle. That's in the middle. And that is in the middle, I believe. Yep. These are going to be Mark I belts going into here. And I'm out of iron plates. Okay. I got iron ingots galore. Should be almost there then. Getting encased beams and pipes going is easy. Yes, that's what this is for. The encased beams is actually set up except for the steel and the steel beam production, and the pipes will be really easy. I just need the steel. So we are literally one material off from doing this, and it's the steel beams. Although the industrial encased beams, I'm gonna have to go up to the next floor to make. And I checked earlier, I'm actually not even using the industrial encased steel beams that I'm making currently in my base for anything. So I actually have 12 industrial cased beams a minute not being used for anything. But what is good is I'll have all of that to use for other stuff, and I think that tier 4 belts use those. And also for my next project, that lets me know that I have 12 industrial encased beams a minute that I can use towards something else. So because I'm making these extra for this current build, I'm not taking away from my earlier production. Yeah, 5 guys in the UK now. The burgers are pretty good, but they cost a fortune. Yeah, they're pretty expensive. They're good, but yeah, they're definitely not the cheapest burgers ever. It's like friggin', what is it, like 12 bucks for just a burger? Which is, I mean, I'll go to some places and pay 8 bucks if it's a really good burger, but 12 bucks, that's why I hardly ever go there, honestly. Okay, so this is going to be 120 a minute, so this will be a tier 2 belt. Tier 2 here. Tier 2 here. And then how many Mark III belts do I have? How many steel beams do I have? 43, that will not be enough. Let me make a few more. Yeah, planning for the future. That's right. I totally planned for the future. It wasn't me misplanning or, you know, not making use of those. There's a great Songify video about a guy trying Five Guys. Oh, yeah. It's the, Songify this from the Shmo Yoho guys. Yeah, that's a great one. How does that one go? I definitely have listened to that one in the past. How does it go? Oh man, that is a good one. It's a classic. One of the classic Shmo Yoho ones. Okay. Go over to here. There. There it is. Okay. Do they do the fries like they do here? Put a small fry bag in the bottom of the carry-out bag, then dump the whole fry basket in as a small fry? Yeah, I think so. I think it's similar. I think they do the same thing. Oh my goodness, oh my ham, they're going, oh my damn, they're going ham. That's right, that's what it is. Oh my goodness, oh my damn. That's right. Strength. You know what? You know what the difference is between a weak burger and a burger that's got strength? Something like that. All right, so let's make sure this is all running. That's all good. Okay, those are all good. They're all flowing through here. Make sure all these guys are creating the steel. Make sure all the materials, just so I don't have to come back here and check it. This should all be good. Get rid of this guy. That looks good. I got steel coming out. I got steel coming out my ears. Beautiful. Okay. If it's a good burger made from fresh meat, we pay somewhere between 8 and 11 euros for a burger in a restaurant with fries. Yeah. I don't know how the euro and the dollar equate, but I would say the burger place that I go to usually, if it's not having their, you know, family night sale or whatever, I pay like 8 something for just the burger. No fries, just the burger. So, but Five Guys, if you get the burger and the fries, it's like 11 to 13, I think. I think the title is Damn or something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've watched it. That was a good one though. We just jumped into Dark Souls 3. Invaded someone. It was a 6v1 sweaty gank. Euro is about equal in the value to the dollar. Near enough? Okay, so pretty equal. Alright. Let me have this thing out while I'm going, just in case. Alright, it's far away, so... Okay, so now that I have the steel incoming, now I need to actually get it to go where it needs to go and figure out how much I need where. So the bottom, I need to remember, the bottom one here is going to be 180 a minute. The top one's going to be 60 more than that, which is what, 240? So the bottom one is 180, so I actually only need 90 steel a minute for the pipes. It's 324 steel a minute I needed for the beams. So the beams are the ones... So what I think I actually need might be a smart splitter before this goes into the thing. Because if I split the one that's 180 in half, it'll do 90 per, right? So if I split the bottom guy, if I put a splitter on this bottom guy, that'll give me 180 per minute on each thing there. I'll just do a balancer at the end of the belts to feed into my factory. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. I could just have these 2 belts come in, then where I'm gonna go into my factory, I do a balancer of some sort. 6v1 sweaty gank is pretty much the default situation when invading these days, it seems. If you actually manage to land a hit before they pin you in a corner and blender, then they just alt F4. That doesn't sound fun at all. But PvP and Dark Souls sounds not fun at all to me anyway, so. Alright, so we'll keep these as the 2 belts for now. Which I just need to go get a bunch more steel beams, by the way. We'll balance them before we get in there. All these belts just kind of stay stay buddy belts until we're going into the factory here. 1, 2. 1, 2. All right, this is getting tall over here. Let's go get some more steel beams so I can make more tier 3 belts. Am I missing anything else important? Regular iron plates. I should grab some of those. Turn these slugs into their final form. The evolution chamber for these slugs into the final form of power shards. Another thing I think I want to work on today after I get this done is I think I want to do... I was originally thinking I didn't want to put transport tubes going from every level to the other level because that would be really power hungry. But I think I just want to do it. Convenience sake, we have so much power. I think I just need to bite the bullet and say it's worth it. It's worth it to be able to get around their base more conveniently to spend the power on it. Because from what I've seen, apparently, even when you're not using the transport tubes, they use power. It's not like machines where they turn off, I don't think. How many modular frames do we have? We're pretty good. This and this. Apparently I got it way more wires than I need. That's okay. Okay, lots of belts. I can even balance them as they come into save space. We'll see. We'll see once I get there how I want to do it. Dark Souls 3 PvP is really fun, like 10% of the time. The other 9% is intense frustration. So, great. So 10% of the time, it's worth it every time. 10% of the time, it's worth it every time. Otherwise, it's frustrating and stupid. Alright, so how am I going to do this? I think what I want to do is have the steel come in. We'll have these stay stacked on top of each other right here. That's just Dark Souls 3 math right there. So that's where the steel will come in. Hopefully that will reach. Let's go find out. Mark 3 belts. Pretty much that's how it is. Another excellent alternate recipe to look for is encased steel pipes. They're more resource efficient, but take a little longer to make. It helps trim down the number of beams you need to make, though. Making fewer items is better sometimes. Yeah, nice. I'll have to look for that one. Hopefully we can find that when we go out searching. Of course, I say this like I'm actually gonna have time to do anything else today. Yesterday I was like, yeah, we're totally just need to get steel done, we'll be done, and I didn't even get close to being done with the build. So today I feel like we're getting close enough that I will actually finish this build and have time to maybe actually do some other stuff today. That's the bottom one to there. Top guy to there. There. To there. There. This is one long tower of frickin' conveyor belts, man. As one big tower of terror of belts. Alright, let's see if this will work. Will that reach? Too steep. Really? Oh, okay. Well, that should be fine. I can do this. As long as this one's not too steep. Good. Okay. Sounds pretty normal if you aren't making train networks. Okay. Right, so how do I want to do this? There's a lot of belts of stuff here. I probably just want to stack these steel belts. You know what? I need to figure out where they're going inside of here. So I need to decide on where I'm making the steel pipes, because the steel pipes are I don't have room. I don't have a space set up for them yet. I was gonna pack them in a corner there. I don't know if I still have space for packing them in the corner. So let's go figure out where they're going in before I decide where I'm gonna feed them into the base. Let's figure that out. Look at all those belts. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Okay. This freaking Blade Runner's not showing right in the transport tube. So ridiculous. So I think I could fit them here and here and here. Yeah, I have space where I could do it right here. And because I don't want to go on another row here, and the steel pipes basically go directly into here, right? Yeah, steel pipes are the easiest part of this build. I think I am going to do the steel pipes right here. So let me figure out how I want to set this up real quick. So, I would do... Actually, I do want that. I'm going to do 2 constructors right next to each other. This is going to be a little more cramped than my other builds. I'm going to be okay with that because it's going to save me having to put this on another floor. Leave it there. Yes, because I can put these guys right next to each other. There, and then I can place this guy right here. There. Okay. This should work fine, I think. Inputs right next to each other. Yeah, this should be fine. This floor has gotten a little cramped and less clean than some of my other floors, but this modular frame build is so complicated that I feel like it's hard to avoid that unless you just plan better than I did. Alright, so this is going to be steel pipes. Steel pipes. This is going to be the 90 per minute we need. Steel pipes. Okay, and I need to power these guys, of course, as well. And just for looks, I'm going to do this like this. One big giant walkway, since we probably shouldn't need to build anything else here. Alrighty, so that'll be the steel pipes and the input. So this is where I'm going to want to put the 90 steel a minute. It's going to be right here. So do it there. Actually, I think I can do it right here. This is going to be... Where is it? Sky. And 90 a minute needs tier 2. We'll just do tier 3 here, but we'll just know that this one is going to be 90 a minute. Crap, I can't. I need to... Just give me a platform to stand on here. So 90 a minute will be here. And I'm going to turn this backwards. So this far one here will be 90 a minute. When you're putting in feature requests for the stackable poles yesterday, you saw some of the other requested enhancements. Someone requested that they make it so you can zip line on power cables. How fun would that be? Oh, that would be pretty awesome. I feel like that's not as reasonable a request, but it sounds fun. Alright, so that's 60. So that means that we need, or 90 a minute. So that means we need 324 steel a minute for the beams, which the steel beams, yeah, steel beams should be this row right here. which means I believe we want this stuff coming in right here. So we basically have this set up. So I need 324 will not fit in one thing, so I need to actually do this in 2 parts. Nice, there's nothing there. Beautiful. So I'm going to be 1 guy. So we're just going to split it in half. Split the leftovers in half. Actually, I need to figure out how many is going to be... How many of these are going to be feeding? Because 324 is an odd number. So if we do 414, so 324 a minute. Can I just do these split evenly? Can I do it that way? And load balance it once I get inside here? Is that what I want to do? What is the best way to get the right amounts on here that I want? You start putting permanent balconies on each floor, so I could do this sort of thing easier. It's not a bad idea. My issue with that is if I put anything on the outside, it can interfere with the vertical thing, so I would have had to plan it from the beginning that way, and I just didn't. Like if I had this one extra row where this was on the outside, yeah, I didn't plan it that way. All right, so steel, let me get, oh crap, you know what? These are going the wrong direction, I bet. Because the way that works. Okay, so this is gonna go onto the top floor. So I'm gonna do 1, this, and 1 like this. There. That. But yeah, that's a good idea, Factoid. Too bad I didn't plan for that. Okay. All right. So 324 a minute. Let me look at the steel beam production to figure out how I want to distribute these. Probably what I would do is have them be evenly separated and have the overflow from the first amount go to the second belt. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way to do that. Since we have the smart splitters, that should make that easier to deal with. But let me just look at it so I can know what I'm doing here. Yeah, that's the limestone. Ceiling gets... Where are the industrial beams? Ah, yes, we're going to have to go up to the second floor to even make these things. That's right. Okay, so I had an idea about this, how I was going to do this yesterday. I actually think what I want to do is have the output of this go back up to the next floor and feed, I think is what I want to do. So actually I'm going to have the output go back out the back side of this, since we had that extra belt in the middle there anyway. That means the concrete's going to have to do the same. Okay, so we need... The one on the end here takes the most. I think I want this... I think the one that needs the most should be first. So we want 21 per minute on the first guy here. Be closer to the source, I think, is what I want to do with this. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Okay, good. And so that means we would need a little over 60, 120. So what is this? 324. So I'm going to have 2 belts that are doing 324. What is 324 divided by 2? 162. So 1 belt would be able to supply 60 times 380. Would be able to supply 2 for sure. I think what I do is have 1 belt supplying 2, and then have the overflow join the other belt to supply 3. Yes. So that's what I'm going to do. So let me plan that out so I don't forget. So I'm going to have one belt supply 2. And then there's going to be an overflow from that belt, and that overflow will join the other belt to supply the rest of them. So let me get this all situated so this will make sense. How am I going to do this? So I believe it's got to be there. It's got to be there. Have a splitter here. I'm just going to do tier 3 belts for all these. Okay, good. That works. Okay. And then this next guy is going to have a smart splitter going into here and the excess joining the other belt. So the best way to make that happen would be to do a stackable pole. Like this. So you go here, we do smart splitter, so we have overflow. So overflow will probably have to go on the left, most likely. Smart splitter. Okay. Actually, no, the overflow will have to... Well, actually, the overflow could just be through the middle. No, I need to do a merger, so it's got to be on the right side here, so... Left will be... What is this? Steel... No, this will just be any. Left. Middle will be none. Right will be overflow. And then what we're going to do is we're going to join to the belt that will go down here. And the next input will be right here. Head bump. Is that right? Yep. And I'm going to want this guy and this top belt to come down to where that other one was. Just be like this. And we'll join that belt is the plan here. See how this will work. If I do this and then a merger, then I can put the overflow to merge on this belt. And that should be good to go all the way down. Okay, cool. So I just need these guys to go all the way down. Right here. Nope, that's not where I want that. There. The final input is here. It'll be something like here or here for that. And I need a merger. And a splitter. Almost freaking done with this build, man. We're getting close. There. Beautiful. That looks really nice. So that'll merge. There. Head bump. More concussions. All of the concussions. I have all of the concussions. That's actually the output, so I don't need this here. I need this input to be... I don't need this guy. I need this guy to be 1, 2, and that will go where we need it to go. And that should, if I'm not mistaken, get enough steel everywhere it needs to go in the right amounts and ratios and all that jazz. So splitter. Splitter, but I just met her. I don't know what. Okay, and so that means that what I want to do is have the output. Let me also get rid of all these guys. That one's fine. Get rid of this guy here. What do you make in your factory? I specialize in concussions. Yeah, concussions are my specialty. This is making steel beams. I should do all tier 3 belts. Specialize in concussions. Isn't that dangerous? Well, we are OSHA approved. Okay. There. These are going to have to go up to the next floor. Because that's where we're going to have to actually make the encased industrial beams. So we do that. So that will be the output. So let me get the mergers for the outputs here. I need the actual outputs. Vertical loaders. That'll be there. And 2, 3, 4, and we did the 5th one already. So merger. OSHA approved with how many deaths? How many deaths? 0 deaths. But many people who definitely have to work with a physical therapist for all their concussions. But no deaths. 0 deaths. Except for that couple times I died. But we don't count those. Because OSHA doesn't like them, so we don't count them. So we don't report them. I mean, totally aren't really dying. Totally not real deaths. There. There. Alright, so now I should just need to feed the steel beams and the steel into these places. So I need to get 90 to there. I need to get 90 to this guy. And then the rest need to go here. So I need to figure out how to do that. I need to figure out how to load balance here correctly. So I split the 180... Okay, I think it's not too hard. What I do is I do a splitter on the 180, which is the bottom one. And that splitter goes to that guy. So actually I can just do a splitter off that line here, I believe, and it should work decently well, I think. The dozens of crashed drop pods all over the map, on the other hand. Actually, the problem if I do that is that one of these... Okay, so I want to split this bottom one. Let me figure out where I'm going to put this. Do I have any straight... Do I have any belt that's just straight across here? They're kind of all over the place here. Let me figure out where the other 2 inputs are going to be. They're going to be... There's 2 right next to each other. Over at the end. Oh! Interesting. So they are actually... Can I put my door? Can I move my door? Looks like I need to move my door. Yeah. There we go. Okay, 5 there, 4. Nope, 3 there. Okay. They're going to be all the way down at the end. So these guys are going to need to come all the way down here. So that's kind of a big old mess here. How do I get the steel? I guess I ride this top one and take these off to the left here to reach that. That's going to come down through there. Yeah. That's kind of a big old mess. Let's do these on the bottom here. And I'm going to want the... I'm going to want the one that got split to go into the final one, because that's the one that's going to get merged into. So the one that gets split goes into the final one. So that'll be the bottom one. Respawns don't count. Dozens of crash drop pods all over the map, on the other hand. According to the fix it, 2 other people survived landfall. Wonder where they are. Ah, is that part of the lore? That there actually are 2 other people that survived around here? Alright, I think what I'm gonna do... I'm gonna have these... I'm gonna go onto these stackable poles here. The more resources I add to this very, very... pretty setup I've done, the more of a mess it kind of becomes here. So if I go there and then there, I can then transfer these up top to here, I believe. See if that works. I go from this bottom one to here without it intersecting. Yeah, that looks not bad. I'll take that. And then we're gonna do the splitter off of the bottom one through there. That should work. I'm kind of getting less and less anal about all these things. Well, I say that, and then I'm gonna be like, well, I want these to turn correctly. So I am getting the same amount of analness about these builds. The same amount of anality. It's definitely not a word. So does this work? Does this get a perfect turn? Beautiful. Okay. We honor their sacrifice by raiding their hard drives for porn. I mean, for building schematics. Right. You know, I'm gonna leave that there. I might end up having to stack more of these guys, so I might as well leave that there. Stop looking at my hard drive. What do you have on there? You ashamed? No? It's private. There's no privacy in this company. Okay, so that should be good, and then I could do a splitter right off of here, off the middle one, or off the bottom guy there. So the bottom steel guy I need a splitter off of, and hopefully I'm doing my numbers right. Yes, that should work. Splitter. There. And then... Ugh. Can't afford. And does this go in the wrong direction? Or is it just not snapping because I can't afford? You had to jump off for a minute. Did you miss the porn raid? You missed it. Just barely missed it. You get the message with the survivors right after planetfall by the helpful AI voice in the beginning, and you can glitch the beginning cutscene slightly by trying to crouch while falling in the drop pod. Really? You can actually glitch it? That's funny. Who would do such a thing? Who would glitch a game on purpose? You damn kids, stop glitching my game. Get off my lawn. Alright. Grab a couple more pipes here. And I'm almost out of concrete, so let me grab some of that while I'm here. Because I'm definitely going to have to make another floor, so let me do that. And iron plates and rods. Let me get both of those too. It's also 3, so cycling time. When the heck did it become 3? 2 for me, but yeah, I guess you must be on East Coast. Cycle time. Hopefully it's not going to rain today and you can get a real cycling time in there. Alright, so I want to get a bunch of regular iron plates for when I build start the next floor so I can get the beams that we're going to be needing to build. Okay. I'm going to need more than that for sure. Okay. You'll be back later? Alright. Have a good one, M says. Have a good bike ride. We'll see you later, my friend. Okay. Let's see. Hopefully It was not connecting earlier just because I didn't have enough materials and not because it's orientated the incorrect direction. Oh, crap. I think that means this is backwards. Yeah, you know what? I didn't do the inputs on the top. Frickin' frack. Gotta go all the way. Okay, at least we got our transport tube to get up there faster. Or hyper tube. I can't really drop there safely. Oh, no! Don't jump in there, please. God. I can go down here, though. Okay. Yeah, I didn't do this. I need to do... Where am I supplying these? We're supplying them... here. This is 30 per, so I can do Mark 1s here. Let me figure out how I'm supplying these so I know how I want to set this up. Probably like this. Oh, not like that. Not like this. Not like this. So that's head bump test. Okay, so I want this to come... The output's gonna go out there. So I have space where I can have for this to go this way. So I can go... No, let's leave space for expansion if we ever need to. So we go like here to here. And then we'll have this go off where we need to go. Okay, can I pick this up? Nope. The game gets the physics wrong in the drop pod animation. There's a tassel that is dangling from the pod. It starts pointing upward as you're entering the planet's atmosphere. That decelerating force should be forcing it down towards the floor, not up towards the ceiling. Wow. Nerd. I mean, cool. It's funny. It's funny that people figure out stuff like that. But I guess that's because there's enough nerdy crossover between video gaming and space exploration, rocket science stuff. It is funny that somebody would even notice that. I definitely wouldn't have noticed something like that. Alright, so I want this to be... Okay, it's lined up correctly. I just want it to be above this thing. Stuck out like a sore thumb to you. You wear your nerd badge proudly. Nice, nice. When I said nerd, I didn't mean it as a derogatory comment, even though I totally said it like it was a derogatory comment. Totally not being derogatory. You're such a douchebag, but I mean it in a nice way. What? What? Okay, that'll do it. So that's 90. That's 90 a minute, so that means this bottom guy will have 90 a minute coming through. All right. You wear that nerd badge with pride. You wear that nerd badge with so much pride. And then what I want to do is I want to have this go off to the side up here. Yeah, so we're going to do... I don't know why that person was offended when I called him a douchebag. I was being really nice about it, too. Do-do-do-ba-do-do-do-do. There. 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 Alright, so it's the bottom one that has less stuff, so that the bottom one needs to go to the far vertical loader. Is this what I want to do? These other ones are closer. Yeah, I think I do want to leave this kind of extra space there. That'll work. Be better if you report in their feedback system about 10 other people that have already logged it. with the incorrect whatchamacallit. I don't even know what to call it. I'm not nerdy enough, I guess, to know the inaccurate space action. I don't know. Okay, so let me make sure I get the right one going to the right place. So the bottom one going to the far guy. So that would be 1, 2. So I believe that should be here. You're in good nerdy company in Satisfactory. That should be right. Beautiful. Okay, so I believe that should be good. I have everything plugged in, except I don't have the steel pipes plugged in. But okay, so let's go see if all the steel is going where it needs to go. Oh boy, this has been a crazy project. Is every single, damn it, thing that takes 4 materials as complicated as the heavy modular frames? I really hope not, because heavy modular frames have been just insanely complicated. I think, Factoid, you said earlier that it's one of the tougher ones because the pieces all have so many pieces. There's so many parts to it or something like that. You were not the first to request a stackable pole thing. Yay! Good, I hope they listen. I hope they listen. Alright. So I know that this steel should be the right amounts. Pick this up here. I also saw something downstairs that needed to be picked up, but let me check. Let me check that my steel beams are going. See if they're flowing correctly. Oh wow, they've already output like crazy. Okay, so the bottom one, oh crap. I think I did plug in the wrong ones. I think I did these backwards. So I wanted the one that had 90. Wait, no, that's right. I wanted the one that had less to be second because it gets merged with the overflow from the others. So I think I did do it right. So I should, hopefully, be getting enough for these to all run at 100%. Do I want to check that before I do the steel pipes? Yes, let's check it. There are other things that need heavy modular frames, though. Okay. Well, I probably won't ever expand this, so however many modular frames I'm making, which I did double the amount I'm making with all this extra build, it's gonna have to be enough. Unless there's an alternate build that's gonna make this way easier, it's gonna have to be enough. Okay, what is this for? Oh, I had the case industrial beams on this floor. I did change it so I could do that. So I think I am gonna have everything on this floor. Oh, nice. I don't have to build an extra floor. All right, 100%. 100%. I'm hoping these will all be at 100%. 100%. I was afraid this would be a slowdown because of our steel. We don't have the fast enough belts. But it's probably because we had a backup of steel. This is going to be 100% for a while. This might eventually get down to 90% because the original source of iron for this can't do 284. Or can't do 280 iron a minute. It can only do 240? It can only do 270. So there's 10 less iron a minute at the very source of this for this, but that might not ever make a difference because we're backed up there. You need them for adaptive control units? Okay. You crouch in the drop pod to see if something happens. My position in the seat got dislodged, and after planetfall, you were suddenly 15 meters away from the drop pod, where you took off the scanner and another tool. Oh, okay. Doesn't sound like too big of a deal, at least. Alright, so we just want a basic, simple supply to here, and to here. No, I did have that output go out the back. Now that might not be right. I think I can still work with that. All right, let's get the steel pipes done. Get distracted. So many things to worry about. Okay, so you know what? I'm just gonna have this go right down the middle here, I think. So we'll do. I don't need this to be stackable, so I can do this. Go straight across to about here. And then have it go to there. And that should be lined up to go right through these guys. Just have a splitter right in there. Do very basic. This is the one that's not going to be clean because it's I'm kind of squishing this in here. But I'm gonna be okay with it because I'm so done with this build. I'm so done with this build. But we're almost done. We actually are. I say I'm so done with this build. I'm actually almost done with this build. So, alright. So let's see if you will automatically connect with us, setting it up like that. Beautiful. Great. All right, and then I'm making. So I'm gonna have half go to the first one and the half one go to the overflow. So steel pipe. So I can do this on the top, the second level here. So I'm only making 90 minutes. These will fit on a tier 3 belt. So I can do. I'll put on the floor. I'll put on the floor. I'll put on the floor. I didn't break anything, but it's funny as heck. Your character grabbed blindly in the air and suddenly had this shocker in the hand. That is pretty funny. Okay. Be here. 1, 2, 1, 2. You join, the first words you hear come out of Rand's mouth, I'm so done with this build. That's right. It's the same build we were working on since yesterday, and I'm so done with this build. But we are actually almost done with the build, so there you go. Actually, what I want to do is I want to do this, and I'm going to go up to this second layer, do a merger. We do up 3 belt. 1, 2. Well, go like this. No, not perfect. Will be till be good enough. And merger. Now this might actually. No, that won't automatically connect. Ah, well. Have we by any chance been grinding too long in a row? Grinding too long in a row, huh? There are 2 other recipes. One uses rubber instead of pipes. The other uses concrete instead of screws. Or the, okay, you're talking about the, for the modular frames. Gotcha, okay. There's going to be the input right here. So I think actually what I want to do is... this. Is that a perfect curve? You know what? It's close enough. It is close enough. We are to that point. We are to the point where, good enough is all I'm hoping for. Actually, that's not going to work quite exactly right. So let me do this. There. And I can just do a splitter there and it'll go in there. Fine. I used to care about this all being perfectly beautiful. Now, as long as it's not perfectly ugly, it's good enough. All right, so there's steel pipes. Okay, there we go. So now all that's left is the industrial encased steel beams. So I'm gonna have to bring those along the wall. Got modular frames on the top. I think I have one row to bring them across. Or you know what? I might just bring it along the back. Although we have our overflow thing all over along the back. Do I have room to bring it in between here? There is a merger or some smart splitters that... These things are small enough, I think I will be fine with bringing that along the wall there. Crack. And this time you get short-term amnesia. Damn it! I hate it when I get short-term amnesia. Alright, so we have the concrete here. We have the steel beams there. We need these inputs going into these guys here. So, how do I want to do this? Concrete's basically set up to come along this way. Steel beams are actually set up to come along this way. I have it kind of go along the wall and then down. I don't need this. You're not going outside with these like I thought I would need to. Wow, those are some interesting symbols that you have put there, that you've put in chat. Cthulhu. That encroaches on others. Ah, because of that. You know what? We can just turn this right here. We can just turn the thing around. Bum 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 bum. 1 2 1 2. So there, we'll do that. We will go over across to here. Does it? Yeah, that encroaches. So there. And then we go here. Turn it 2 1 2. Go up 1 space. Okay, no, I need to go. Apparently I have to go up later. All right, so I have room to do this. There. And this one we want to be on the 3rd row. So let me figure out, because my concrete I already have set up on the 2nd row. So let me get the feeding figured out here. Must feed. It's going to be here. This guy's going to be 2nd row. The other one's going to be 3rd row, I believe. Two, 3. It's quite an alphabet for sure. What language is that? You know, I'm just now realizing part of the reason you probably do these other language things is because the whole Cthulhu made-up language thing, right? I don't know. Of course, apologies if I'm offending anybody who loves the whole Cthulhu, whatever it's called, mythos or whatever. I've never read those books, so. Bet you built up a lot of coupons while this build has been going. Yeah, I could probably, I'm sure there's, well, I need 20 for that new vehicle that I was told about before, so. I probably built up enough for that. Okay, so we want the closer one. How do we do it? The closer one is the tall one, so the bottom one would be this guy. And concussion. Concussion. Oh, that was a very light concussion. Can you even count it as a concussion when it's that light? Not even a real concussion. You just do it because you like languages, and this tends to give you a reason to look up a new language every time you tune in. Nice. That's cool. A rather rational reason from somebody playing a very strange, crazy character. God, if you will, I guess. Alright, so how do I want to do this? Actually, I can line it up with this guy here. Could be 1, 2. I believe this will do what I need it to do. 1, 2. Let me check it. Frickin' getting good at this game, man. Getting good. Lined it up perfectly on the first try. Okay, and then I need to line up, have this guy go into here. This one I didn't do correctly, and you know what? Since we're being... Actually, I could do it this way. Can I go 1, 2? I can do it like this. There we go. You don't have to put the extra stuff there. Okay, so now I just need these guys. 1, 2. Oh my god, guys, I can taste it. We're almost there. I can taste it. I do need to get rid of this guy, though. These guys are in the way of the splitter. We are so stinking close to finishing this build. Splitter. There. 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 Just get our belts in there. Okay, so that is the industrial beams. I'll get in all their stuff. Part of you wants to say Daedric. What? Oh, like the Daedric language from frickin' Skyrim? From Elder Scrolls? Okay, or is Daedric something else? I don't even know. Alright, so these are encased industrial beams. These are going to be slow, so I can just do Mark 1 belts. Mark 1 belts for days. Okay, so this 1, 2, 1, 2. I think we're doing like 30 a minute, or no, doing 40 a minute or something like that of these. Okay, all the way across. The input's going to be there, so try to climb this wall with it. Something like that should let me get my merger in without things overlapping. Yeah, from the Elder Scrolls series. Okay, interesting. Is what he typed look similar to the Daedric language from Elder Scrolls? That's pretty cool. I don't know. I've played a lot of Elder Scrolls, but I don't know the game well enough to remember what the Daedric language looks like for sure. There's a cool game called Call of Cthulhu on Steam. It's sort of a cross between survival horror and a detective stealth game. You went into it not knowing much about Cthulhu mythos and you had a good time with it. In this case, it's Gothic, the language of the Goths, written with the Gothic alphabet, which was invented to replace North runes to translate the Bible into Gothic during the 4th century. Oh, cool. All right, so let's set up our wall conveyor mounts here. Those going to have to be there. And actually, I don't like where that one is, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is actually probably going to overlap a little bit with those guys, but I don't think it'll be enough to really be bothersome, especially if I just don't even look at it. If I don't look at it, it doesn't bother me. So, you know. Okay, and then it's going to come across to feed on top of this row here on the very top. So right to there. Okay. This is the last thing. If we get this done, we're gonna GG cookie time, and I'm gonna have like 18 cookies. Okay, maybe not that many, but I'm gonna have at least one cookie once we get this fed in there and done. Because this is literally the last piece of having these modular frames I've been working on for the last 9+ hours. Okay, good. I'm so glad that doesn't cause issues. It just goes right over those guys. Beautiful. Okay, so now this needs to turn across and get fed into these machines, and we will have frickin' heavy modular frames going. As far as you know, it was barely used in Iberia, and as the Goths were in severe decline at the time. It's mostly otherwise found around the Black Sea and texts written in Crimean Gothic. Interesting. Okay, so I think it needs to be... Is that going to be the level? I think that might be the level right there. Let me check. Let me check if that works. Nice smooth turn. Like I planned it, because I did. There. And we do a splitter. Let's turn this. There. Is that right? It's hard to line this up here. Yeah, that's not perfect. Needs to be a little more to the left. That I don't care, but I at least don't want my belts to be all curvy. Okay. That's one of them. And then this guy... That's a GG cookie time, my friends. Oh, God. Okay. Now I'll have to check efficiencies and stuff, but that is done. That is heavy modular frames. I should start seeing some heavy modular frames come out. Let me actually... Yes. I'm gonna GG cookie time while I wait for some heavy modular frames to come out, because that is done. Oh my God, that build took like 9 hours. That's insane. Double GG cookie time, right? Use a mixture of various runic alphabets to encrypt some of your passwords in a notebook. Oh, that's cool. Alright. We should be making 4 of these a minute. I see screws going in, so that tells me that I think they're being built. There it is! We did it! All of that work. All of that work for that frickin' guy right there. Oh my God. One of those for each hour we've worked on this. Okay. So I need to get storage set up for those. I'll do that in a second. I do want to check if these guys are running 100%. 100% capacity. I don't know if they'll keep running at 100% capacity as things even out. But for now, since things were backed up forever, I should now have 4 heavy modular frames per minute after all that work. Now dump them into the sink. Well, it probably gives me a lot of tickets, but I'm pretty sure I have a schnizzle ton of tickets already to spend, so. Alright, let's get storage set up for these, and then we're gonna move on to something completely different. We're gonna do something that's probably not having anything to do with automation. God, if you thought frickin' motors were bad, my God. They're worth a crap load of points. Well, maybe I'll put one in there just to see. Well, you know, I have one in my storage that I'm not using. Now that I have them... where did I put that? Now that I have them automated, I can throw this one guy in there and find out. I'm actually curious. So what I'm gonna do as I'm going to get rid of this belt. Let the quick wire build up for a second. So I have... Oh, is this going to stop ever? Wow, that actually takes time. So I have about 86,000 till the next. If I put this guy in here, 86,000 or so. Whoo, that gave me like 12,000 points. 12,000 points. That is crazy. You are not lying. 12,000 points in that thing. Alright. So I got some coupons and stuff too. Alright, so let's get storage set up. Then after this, I'm either gonna go out on an adventure, or I want to set up transportation around my base better, because the bigger my factory gets, the harder it is to get around, and the more I want to change it. So is my second floor of storage completely filled? I think I might have room for one more, or it might actually be filled. If I moved these stairs, I would have room for one more. Nah, I think I just make another floor. I think it's best if I make another floor. Leave a little empty space where we can put, like, transportation tubes and stuff. Okay. Let's go up to our third floor, which I don't really have a good way to get up to the third floor. Another thing I need to think about with making my transport around my base easier. I think I want to do a mix of hyper tubes and the vertical jump pads to get around. Like vertical jump pads when I want to go up one floor, and hyper tubes when I want to go... I don't know. I have to figure it out. Hard drive hunting, bring explosives and a gas mask, though. That's a good idea. That would be fun. I want to do all these things. Maybe I'll do the transportation first, then we'll like do the end of the stream. Will be all hard drive hunting or something like that. Those are the things we're going to work on, because we are not doing any more automation today. This has taken us 1.5 full streams, basically, to get heavy modular frames automated, and my automation brain is fried. Completely fried. Alright, so this next one is going to be where the storage is, right? Yes. Okay, so we're going to do... This is going to be heavy modular frame storage at the end here. Go, so it'll be... how does this line up? Where is it? Well, tell me. Okay, I think it's right here. So like that. It should be like that. Like that. There, there. And there, there. And I can do Mark 1 belts on these for sure, because heavier modular frames are slow as hell. So we do this to start. No, that's not right. It's that to start. It's gonna come in there, so it's gonna go there, there. I'm gonna put a couple inside here to display what is in here, and have this go across, and this should feed all into here, where it'll eventually go out to somewhere else. Third floor lingerie. Third floor is where the good stuff is. All right, and then we just need to feed that into this one right here. So, I think the easiest way is just gonna have a vertical thing here. How do I want to do that? Yes. So I'm gonna want. Excuse me. I'm gonna want a wall mount. Lined up 2 over. 1, 2. To line up wherever that will be. Let me see. So I believe that goes down a bit. Let me get up top. It'll be a little easier to see this up here. Yeah, here we go. I think I need to go up 2 more there. Where is it? There it is. Actually, I think it's just... I think it's... Come on. I think it's there. Oh, come on. There. So it should be right there. Nope, that's still going down a touch. Okay, so it is up 1 more. Okay. For some reason, these wall mounts, I have a hard time visualizing them being where they're supposed to go. Of course, it's always funky when you're at a weird angle. Beautiful. Of course, that's assuming that I got this in the right place. So there. That line up? Oh yeah, lined it up perfectly. That's not going straight across. How much will that bug me? That'll bug me a little bit. Let's get it exactly right here. There. Perfect. Straight across and straight down. It's not perfect, because that's... I didn't actually attach it to the right thing there. Okay, but now that we have that in place, I can line this up correctly. Attached to the other thing there. Hopefully, I actually don't know if that'll go, so we're going to do that. There we go! You can copy buildings F and middle click. Oh, I forgot about that. You're right, I forgot about that. Like sandwiches for lunch? Yum. Nice, Plunder Pig. Look at this. We have it. We got a line of modular frames. Look at them go. We're going to make sure that they go where they're supposed to. They're supposed to go in here. They'll go up to the top one, be brought over, and then brought to the bottom one, so that they build up in here. After it does that, I can put the other guys on the back so that they'll backflow into all this storage. And oh my god, Hermagerd. I'm actually supposed to lead the little thing here. The whole support here looks a little better. Make sure it's going where it's supposed to go. There it is, going across. Going down. We did it! Oh my god, we did it. Okay, and I can put these extra guys in here to display. We've frickin' done it, everyone. We did it, Reddit. We got heavy modular frames automated, and my brain is fried. Now to saturate a Mark II belt with them. Yeah. God, what would it even take? 120 divided by 4? You would need 30 a minute, which is 15 of those producers. So what we did, multiply that by 7.5. Good luck. You have fun with that, Cthulhu. I'm gonna not do that. Okay, alright. Alright, I think what I want to do, I have about 20 minutes before we take our final break. What I'd actually like to do right now is I want to clean up getting around my base a bit. Let's spend some time fixing that. So, getting from floor to floor inside my factory is a pretty big pain in the ass. Do I want to do... There's a couple ways we can do it. We can either have hypertubes going from each floor to each floor, which would be more expensive power-wise. I do have a lot of power, so I could definitely do that. I kind of like the idea. Was it you, Factoid, that said the stair stepper jump thing? No, I like the tubes. It's just going up them feels actually kind of slow. I never fit through there. I like them for going long distances, but for short distances, I think I'd actually rather have a jump pad going each level up one each level, and then kind of stair step down. I think that's what I'd prefer to do. So, jump pads. What do jump pads take? Yeah. Probably build a jetpack with what you have. Grab 100 motors, 200 plastic, 200 rubber. Hand build 25 computers. I don't think you can hand build computers, right? Because they take 4 pieces. You can add multiple entry points that go faster. That's true. Yeah, it's true. You chain them. I did watch a video about that. But it takes a lot of power. That's the downside. I kind of like the idea of the stair stepper thing. Let me try. Let me see what doing a stair stepper thing would look like for a couple floors and see if I like that or not. It's basically kind of what we built, but changed up a bit. So instead of this, we'd basically go straight up and move forward with this. Just drop stuff in a manufacturer without automating it. Okay, all right. Yeah, I could maybe do that. Maybe I'll do that. I'm not working on that yet. That's more building stuff, and I want to do something different than that right now. I want to not build stuff for a bit. I could actually go 2 floors up with that. Pretty comfortably. If I went 2 floors up and then had... Let me think how I'd want to do this. Have I unlocked jetpacks yet? Kappa. Let me think about this. How would I want to do this? I almost want to make these not jump as high so I can have them just go up 1 floor at a time. I think I do want these just to be up 1 floor at a time. So that would mean... I might eventually want to shade out for transport tubes, but I feel like for now, this is actually the way I'd like to do this. I would jump up there. And I would land here. See if that's what I would want it to do. Yes. And then I'd have... So this would take me to 1 floor. And if I have 1 space and another jump pad, that would give me a stair stepper thing to go down to a previous floor. Concussion pads, there you go. That's right. These are my concussion pads. Didn't you hear me? They're my concussion pads. You just said that. No, I didn't say that. So these are my concussion pads. Rand, you have a concussion. I don't know what you're talking about. Short-term memory loss, Rand. Short-term what? What was that? Alright, so we do this. This is what I probably should have had this set up with originally. There. And if I do this, I can like jump down. Kind of stair step my way back down. That'll be quick ways to get access to 1 floor and then the next. Yeah, I think I like this. And I think this will be even faster than transport tubes just to go between floors. So I think I'm going to go with this. You're wearing a helmet, it's fine. Safety third, that's right. Safety third. Safety last. I mean, next to last. I mean... What were we talking about? I forgot. My head hurts. I have a headache. Okay. So, empty space. And then jump pad. There. And get rid of that guy. There. Get rid of this guy. There we go. Get rid of this guy. And so we do a jump pad right here. This is what I should have done for my original build, but when I first built these, I was like, oh, the ones that jump you far are cooler or something. I think I'd watched a video where a guy used some sort of elevator using them, and I was like, oh, I can kind of do that. And mine just didn't work out very well. There. Okay. And we're going to fill in these spaces. I was thinking about trying to do this on the other side of the warehouse as well. The problem, or the factory, the problem is I, on the far end, have had to have squeezed in extra production facilities. And so... don't have a clear space over there. Will Smith has entered the chat. What? What's up, Ice Dex? How are you doing? It's Will Smith. Sicka Slim Shady? No, that's not Will Smith. Na 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 Wild Wild West. I had a friend in high school who just loved Will Smith's albums. And I always was like, yeah, I liked his early stuff, but I've never liked Wild Wild West. He just like always just covered other people's things all the time. He just sampled, but I guess that's what most rappers do, sample. I wonder how much royalties and copyright claims he had to pay for all his sampled music. I wonder how much the DMCA came after his ass. Is it the DMCA for that? I'm not sure if it's the DMCA for that. Okay, so then we would go... I wonder if I'd want one extra open space behind it. No, I think that's good. So then we would go like this. We would go here. He did that movie about concussions in the NFL. Oh, that's why you were talking about Will Smith. Okay, yes. Yes, that's true. He did do that. Okay. But he also did Wild Wild West. Wild Wild West. He did do that too. Not as groundbreaking of a movie. I always remember hearing the thing about the whole, like, the fact that Will Smith was, I think, their first choice for Neo in The Matrix, and he turned it down to do Wild Wild West. Was that what that movie was called? It's called Wild Wild West, right? With him and... Who was the other guy? Who was the white guy in the movie? I never actually watched I've actually never seen that movie, so... Did you ever hear the Kevin Smith story about Wild Wild West and Superman? No. Maybe add some windows for getting lights. I've done windows on a couple different floors. I don't want to... Windows would be a long project to add, so I'm not going to work on that. I actually want to add a similar transportation thing for my storage area, so I'm not going to add windows at the moment. Okay, so do I need this to be open? Yes, that got me in here. This does not need to be open, right? Wait. How do I have two? The hell? So I would come up to here and go up here. Did I really mean to do two? I did not mean to do two. I think I thought I was on a different floor. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. Okay, so the next one would be here. Kevin Kline. The Matrix would have looked a little different with Will Smith as Neo. It would have been very different. It would have been very different. Better? I don't know if better, but definitely different. It would have been a very different movie, I feel. Well, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? That is in an alternate timeline. Guess we'll do this. I just don't know. I don't want that to be in the way. An alternate timeline. So this would be this guy here, this guy here. Okay, we'll start the next floor just to... This will be something I can work on off stream if I get the hankering to make a whole big another floor. There. Walls. With Will Smith doing martial arts movie would have been effing amazing. Has he ever done a movie where he's been like a martial artist? I don't think I've seen anything like that. Like even Wild Wild West was a, you know, an action movie, but you know, Gunslinger is very different than, you know, martial arts movie. I mean, almost to me it would be almost like, you know, Chris Tucker in the Rush Hour movies, you know. He does martial arts, but he's not really a martial artist. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that made Keanu so big was that he became so well known for how much like work and training and stuff that he would put into the martial arts aspects of things, right? Kind of with all the similar to with all the John Wick movies. Okay, all right, so that's good. It's a good start. Now the thing would be, I don't have a way. You know what I think I want to do? I think I want to do transport tube that takes me all the way to the bottom on every floor. I think I do want to do that, because no matter where I am, this lets me get from floor to floor easily. This does not let me get to the bottom easily. So, Windows kills your frame rate too. Best as Gandalf advised Frodo to use the One Ring. Use them seldom or not at all. There you go. Yes. Does zone stones, aka he actually works and doesn't just look pretty. Okay, so I think I do want to do that. So how would I make that work without it messing stuff up? I think what I would want to do is behind where I would jump in every time, I'm going to put a transport wall tube thing. Yes. So if I did this on each floor and had each of these go down to the very bottom floor, that I think will help get me around faster. So I would jump up to here. Actually, I think I want it there. Is that what I did? Yes. So basically, behind where I would jump up every time, we would do a wall tube. I would jump up to... Okay, so that one will be there. And I want these kind of cascade down, so I want to figure out how I want to place these. That one's there, that one's there. The next one I would want to be... how do I make this even? So I would jump up there. So I'd want this to actually be here. So I just need to be careful about not getting sucked in on that one. So there. And then... So it's going to be behind where I would jump up. No, that's not right. Is that right? God, I'm confused. Let's do these from the bottom so I can figure out. Let's practice our stair stepping. Figure out where I want to place these guys. Alright, so this one I already have there, so I don't need to do one on this floor. So I would want it to be like on this wall behind the jump pad. That's where I want it to be. So let me set that up. Wall. Although I said I don't need to do one here, but... Let's put it just so it'll be even. So that would be 9. So there. So here. Behind the jump pad. There. Here. Behind the jump pad. Here. Behind the jump pad. Here. Behind the jump pad. There we go. That'll make these all even, like going up the wall. There, behind that jump pad. Could never get rid of that guy. Okay. There. And then this one would not be there. I like how it's opening and closing even though it doesn't have power. It'd be here to be behind the jump pad. Nope, not there. Right there. And we go up here, and instead of being there, be here. And this will be even climbing up the wall. If any of these overlap going down, that might cause a bit of an issue, but we can figure that out once we get it set up. You set up your hypertubes so that they go up one floor at a time in your stairwells, and then an express tube that goes up several floors at once, plus one tube that goes around ground to top floor, since that's where you're working most of the time. Yeah, the problem with that is, Factoid, and I like that idea. I was thinking about that. If I did have one that goes like your express tube that goes up several floors, like how do you measure how many you're going to do each time? What I want to do is instead of have the tubes go from one floor to the next, I just want the tubes to be able to take me from wherever I am to the bottom. If I do that, that actually does give me an express tube. I think this kind of accomplishes both goals, I believe. So if I do the entrances on all these, this kind of is doing what you're describing. I just won't have a tube that takes me from one floor to the next. But my stair stepper will take care of that. So it's kind of similar, I guess, to what you're describing, I guess. So let me go to hypertube entrance. Let me get a power thing on this because it's gonna take forever if I have to change things here every time. Power line, let's put this on 2. I think you can only like 3 or 4 floors at a time. Tube has a length problem. Does it really? Giggity? Tube has a length problem. Hey, my wife said a lot of guys have that issue. Okay, I made that same joke last night in the Shogi stream. I'm repeating my jokes now. Repeating myself. Rand, do you even have a plan on what new game I'll play next time? Well, not yet, but I have a lot of games to choose from. I was gifted... What game was I gifted recently? Like, all the games. There's a lot of games that I could play. I don't know what I'm gonna play next, honestly. I have been gifted so many games. I can't even think of them off the top of my head, but there was at least 1 or 2 that I've been gifted that I'm like, yeah, that'd be a good game for me to play on stream. There's Monster Train, there's what else is there? Something else that I can't remember. This would be going down to the bottom floor, but we're not using that one. I might use that for something, but for now I'll just leave that. So now, what we would need to do is have all of these come down to the bottom floor in a way that I like. So these end up lining up. So well, I think I see what you're saying. FRD dot. I probably can't take that top one all the way back down, huh? And so from builds that I've seen, it looks like I'd want to do something like over one here. And actually, I could make that one replace this guy, probably. Does that line up? Okay, that works. So that would be... there. I guess what I'll do is I'll see how many of these I can get to go all the way down. Oh, God. Alright, Space Needle's gotta move. Sorry, Space Needle. I hate deconstructing you, but you're in the way. Especially because it shouldn't be that easy to just deconstruct a Space Needle real fast. So that would be here. Okay. Okay, looks like this one will go. Be nice if I could get at least 1 row of these, if the last one would work too. Be nice, but we'll see. And the last one would be here. Oh, just out of copper sheets, okay. You can add supports to go further. It's 100 meters per segment without a support. Oh, okay. So if I put a wall support, this will be no problem, and this will work. Because basically what I want is I want from any floor to be able to get down to the ground floor. And then we have the stair stepper for other stuff. So let's take all these guys. Oh, I have... Jesus, why do I have all this crap? You would love to see you play Xenonauts. It's your kind of game, I think. I've looked at it, Moonho, because I think multiple people have suggested it, and I might play it sometime. I don't know. When I watched it, it wasn't one that I was like, I need to play this now. It was like, oh, it's kind of cool. Maybe I'll play it at some point. This wasn't a blow my mind kind of, I want to play this game right now kind of thing. Okay. I have a lot of copper wire. There must take a lot of copper wire for things I was doing. Oh, I had that organic stuff because that was the drop cushion thingy. All right, cool. Rand, you have condition most of us have. You are an inventory hoarder. Well, in this game, you kind of need to be. If you're not an inventory hoarder in this game, then you can't build most of the stuff you need to build. So, I resent that remark and resemble it too. Okay, so now I would need to see how would I make this go? I guess I would do here and it would kind of go through. So there. You know, this is gonna give my factory some character too. I like it. I like it. Not only is it functional, it's got a beautiful form. Oh crap, these take steel pipes. Okay. Form and function combined. Steel pipes are actually not up here, they're down here. I just wanted to go on my jump pad for funsies. For funsies. Okay, there we go. Agent Smith, humans are a virus. They multiply and multiply until every resource is consumed. Yes. That's not the exact quote. He says, do you know what that is, Mr. Anderson? A virus. What does he say? Mammals have reached a natural... what does he say? Oh, this actually will connect. Will be good. A natural... I can't remember the exact quote either. But I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Okay, that one is just a little too long. So if I get a support about halfway there, where would it be? It'd be halfway about there. Let's see. Mr. Randerson. Okay, actually that's gonna bug me a little bit. I don't mind the support being there, but I need it to be in the right place, so it need to be about right there, I think. And then I could even remove the support and it would work there. And that's not perfectly straight, but I think we'll take that. Paraphrasing for chat, but well spotted. My name is Ryan. That is my name, actually. Okay, so that's not bad. So now we have a lot of tubes here. So this is gonna be, God, this is gonna be so much power is gonna be the issue. But do I want an entrance on these? Because the thing is, this is not actually what's pretty cool about this is almost like it'd be like floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, floor 4, but it's actually like floor 1, then floor 5, then floor 3, then floor 7. Is like kind of alternates kind of thing. So I don't think I want entrances on these. I think I want these just to spit me out. I believe that's what I want. The internet has confirmed that this is a series of tubes. Let's see if this works. So basically, if I'm on this floor, if I want to go down, we go here. Woo! All right. All right, so I'd go up, go up. Oh, this is gonna be great. We're gonna be able to get down to the bottom so easily. And if I want to get to the very top floor that I currently have, I got that one. But this will be a way to get to any floor I want a lot easier. And then get back down to the bottom with no trouble. And we have a nice view of the outside when we do it too. Not bad, not bad. You can put 0 radius beacons in front of them as labels. 0 radius beacons. That sounds funky. I don't think I want to do that. I think I see what you're saying. You would put beacons and put a number so you know which floor it goes to. You know, that would be kind of nice. How much power are we using right now? Because each one of the each entrance we do costs 10 megawatts. The only thing is with that, I'll say is I'm not gonna know what's on each floor. That's the one thing I'll say. I won't know what's on each floor. Not a bad idea though. So I could put entrances down there and be able to ride them up to the top as well. You know what? I do kind of like that idea actually. They're a constant draw from what I read. From what somebody on YouTube said, they're a constant draw of power. I mean, maybe somebody can tell me if that's incorrect. But from what I've been told, they are a constant draw of power. I mean, we can test it. Right? Currently drawn. Well, actually, it's hard to tell because your power constantly changes. Is there a way to color code the walls by function? Probably, but that would take a lot more work than I'm willing to put in right now. And I'm thinking about it here. This is 6. I'm gonna power all these and we're gonna test it. We're gonna actually, if I add a bunch of these, I power them all, check my power draw, we're gonna find out. So let me get rid of this power line. This is gonna do... Okay, so currently our power draw is... between 1140 and 1200. So I'm gonna plug in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like 8 of these things. So I should see it go up to like... 1280. Oh, it's gonna be so hard to tell because it changes so much with machines turning on and off. Wait, what? Did I just put a power line between that? That doesn't make any sense. So 1, 2, power line. 1, 2, 3. Nope, that's not gonna work. I gotta do power line. I should be using my upgraded poles, but apparently I have an aversion to upgraded poles. I don't know what it is. All right, let's see. Let's see the power. That's looking like it is. It's looking like it spikes when I added them. I think it is a constant draw. You tried color coding once, you didn't like how it looked. For these, maybe wall nodes would work better. Wall nodes is hypertube support. They are wall holes, and I'm putting entrances on them so I can go through them. I'm not sure what you're saying, Blunderpig. Okay, so your idea for labeling them. Oh, you meant for power. That's true. I don't know that I'm gonna keep these, so I'm gonna not worry about that right now. Let me see here. So if I were to do, I need beacons. I need a bunch of beacons. So you were saying put, what did you say, 0 distant beacons? 0 radius or whatever? And I would put what floor it is. So if this is floor 1, this first guy would be up to, oh gosh, I don't even know. So this would be floor 2. The next one would be 3. Or I skip 1 would be 3. Okay, so let's do this. So the second guy here. Floor 2. Let's go second floor. Second floor. How do I do distance? Don't worry, it's only temporary. Rand in any base building game, that's right. I want to place this like right next to it here. Second floor. Let's have all of these be a different color too. Like these will all be red. It's on the map, okay. So every time I place these, oh gosh, so off? Is it that? Or is it near? I don't see 0 distance. Is it off? No, I can't even see it. I guess it would be near would be what it would be. Like that. I would see second floor, and we skip 1, and then this would be third floor. Let me see. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. They really just need to add labels to this game. Okay, and then it'd be Z and beacons, third floor near. I mean, that kind of works. Kinda works. Alright, I guess we'll do this. So this would be 5th. That would be, so that was, no, that's, yeah, so that's 2nd, 3rd. So this would be 4th floor. Where the hell did that beacon go? Okay. What the hell? Okay, I put that beacon in the wall, apparently. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you frickin' kidding me, you stupid game? Encroaching others' clearance. F you. Really? F you. There was literally just a wall there, you stupid game. Is it the power line? What the hell is it? It's the actual tube. Jesus Christ. You stupid. Encroaching others' clearance is my biggest pet peeve in this game. This stupid shit messes up everything, man. I swear. It's not encroaching clearance. It was literally there, just there. Get rid of that damn error. Put what you're building at the floor on the beacons. You want to know that earlier, right? Put what you're building at that floor on the beacons. I don't know what that sentence means. Sorry. Okay. I don't know. I'm not loving the beacon thing here. I think for now, it's time for my last break. I'm gonna say I'm Shoshi's Rush and take my last break. I actually want to go out and want to do some exploring. I want to get some gas masks and what was the other thing we needed to get? Take some bombs with us and just go out exploring, looking for crash sites and more slugs. So real quickly, my friends, I'm gonna take my last break of the day. Sam Stretch, use Russian. Thank you all so much for watching. If there's anybody new to the stream, please hit the follow. Hope you're enjoying the Satisfactory. I'm so glad we got that stuff done. You know what I also need to do? I need to see what I think I can unlock my current milestone. So I'll probably unlock my current milestone and then go out and do some exploring. So y'all rock. I'll be back in just a minute as we run to the second word of the ads. See you in a bit, my friends.